I just published my first podcast episode. Welcome to a new week in my life in Seattle vlog. This week I have two photo shoots, both for YouTube videos. One is going to be outside and then the other is going to be at a natural light studio. This week I'm going to be mostly at my boyfriend's apartment in downtown. So just to clear up any kind of confusion, my boyfriend has his apartment and I do not live with him, but I'm there quite often. And then I have my home and I don't have any plans to sell it. We don't have any plans to like move in together, anything like that, but he is so generous and just lets me stay over however long I want to. It makes it even more convenient for the co-working space that I'm a part of. I joined this co-working space in January and it has been so worth it to me. I was part of a co-working space back in New York City and I loved that. Now being in Seattle since August 2019, I have just been working from home and it has affected my mental health more in like recent months. My mom and my boyfriend both brought up separately the idea that I should check out joining one in Seattle, but I was just kind of apprehensive because I couldn't justify it since I have a home and I have an office in this home. But after sharing about it on my Instagram, I had so many people encouraging me to give it a go. It's improved my mental health so much because I don't feel isolated anymore. When I was working from my house, all I would do was work all day and then I'd go to Orange Theory, which is a group workout class that I love, that I do for my mental health as well, and then I'd come home and I'd see my boyfriend on the weekends and like maybe I'd hang out with one friend during the week, but I really wasn't. When you struggle with depression and things become very repetitive like that and you're not getting a lot of social interaction, you can see how like this all comes together to kind of be, if you're just isolated, a recipe for a disaster. So joining the space has been amazing, and also just being at the apartment in downtown has been incredible. So end of January, my dog Bumblebee had to be put down and I stayed at my boyfriend's for like about a month or so. I mean, I came home once in a while for a day or so, but it was so hard for me to come home to my house where I have so many memories, like all memories with Bumblebee, because I moved into the house like after I had gotten him and I had so much set up to accommodate him because he was a senior dog and he had a lot of special needs. And so because I had the option to stay at my boyfriend's versus come home and, you know, I basically faced the reality and like go through the grief even more so, I chose to stay at my boyfriend's. I'm still processing the grief in March, which March is actually the mental health awareness month, and I know we're at the very end of it, but this can all carry into all months of the year. On my YouTube channel, it's really important for me to speak openly about my own mental health to remove that stigma around that you have to go through it alone. So 40% of Americans report that they struggle with anxiety or depression, and the percentage of children and adolescents with anxiety and depression has risen by 30%. And unfortunately, due to the prohibitive costs here in the United States, it can take on average somebody 11 years to seek out mental health help. I struggle with depression and anxiety, more so depression now, and when I was younger, it was more anxiety. Actually, the United States government is currently working on investing in mental health support in larger ways. The current administration is working to make care more affordable and accessible across all types of health insurance, including integrating mental health services into settings that are useful to all of us every day, including schools, and even expanding into telehealth support. I think one thing that will really help is taking steps to address the harms of social media on youth. So having website controls and online protections, but then also just teaching like healthy habits around social media. And the youth, it doesn't even have to be just teenagers. It can be people in their 20s and 30s. Like, I have gotten really bad about this in recent months, but I have actually taught on YouTube and on my podcast about how limiting the use of Instagram, for example, can do wonders for your mental health because you're not constantly scrolling and comparing, even if it's subconsciously, whether it's about our looks or about our work, our performance, whatever it might be. I'll actually have that video all about how to set boundaries with social media. I also have a podcast episode on it, so whether you prefer podcast or YouTube, I'll have them linked down in the description box below. And this is something that I really need to start implementing again myself. And then one last thing is actually the CDC is launching a new campaign to provide mental health support and resources to care organizations across the United States to help support better the workforce. So it's Sunday and I will check in tomorrow where we have a photo shoot in one of my favorite neighborhoods right now to shoot called Pioneer Square. So I will see you tomorrow. It is Monday and I'm here with Sulina. So beautiful. Sulina, show us your eye makeup. It is so stunning. So Carrie did her eye makeup. Carrie is actually the one who connected us together and she has modeled for a couple of videos for me and she's also a makeup artist. She looks so stunning in this green dress. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. So we are shooting around Pioneer Square and we just shot at the Smith Tower in these beautiful like brushed gold doors, so stunning. We are going to now go up to this parking lot and shoot where we have this beautiful dark brick building and then probably finish off at Occidental Square. And then Laura's here, yes. So we're gonna head over to this will be our third location. And Sulina's amazing. She's in Seattle. She'll be linked down below if you are a photographer and you want to hire her. She's incredible. So we're gonna cross over and do some beautiful images. Oh my goodness, so pretty here. The dress, the sound. This could even be really pretty too. We just finished shooting in Pioneer Square and it's just now starting to rain. As we finished the intro and outro for the video, we filmed it here in Occidental Square. Right as I ended, the rain started falling. So thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus, for that. So now we're wrapped up and headed back to the car. And then I think I'm going to go to the co-working space today to get some work done. So this is where Ryan and I were walking yesterday, and over there is the water. You can't see it in the shot, but it's really sunny and like it looks like it's very clear. It's Tuesday morning. I'm about to head out to the co-working space. I'm gonna leave my vlog camera at home because I feel like it's getting a bit repetitive, but that's like what I do all day when I'm not shooting is I'm working at the computer. I am planning on going to Orange Theory tonight. I haven't been at all this week. Okay, I guess it's only Monday. I keep thinking that my week started on Sunday, where like Monday was Sunday. But I plan to go to Orange Theory, which is a group workout class tonight, and that's gonna feel so good. I haven't gone since Thursday, and it's a really important part of my routine for my mental health. I struggle with depression. I am on meds for depression, and I also have anxiety, but more so depression than anxiety. And working out is what helps me significantly. So I am going to head out. I'm going to meet up with a friend at the co-working space, which is always so much fun, and then I'll check in once I'm home later tonight. I'm taking a video real quick. Okay, we made it to Olympic Sculpture Park. All along the water. We're now in Queen Anne, and we've been riding for an hour, and I'm switching from the bike to a scooter because I almost fell on the bike. We really need to get helmets, honestly, but if this continues, so I'm gonna switch to the scooter because it's not as like intense to control, and then we're almost back home. Ryan and I are back, and we have Chipotle, and they actually gave it to us for free. So that's kind of very fun. Wednesday afternoon, and the past couple of days have been very productive at the co-working space. I worked Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and it's so beautiful and sunny. It has been all this week and most of last week. It's been in the 50s, which in Seattle, it really doesn't. We don't experience this kind of weather until June. April will be really rainy, March will be rainy and cold. Today I decided that I'm gonna allow myself the rest of the afternoon just to spend time outside. I am going to go to an Orange Theory class. I haven't gone all week. The last one I did was last Thursday. Last night, instead of going to Orange Theory, I went biking with Ryan, which is really fun, and on Friday did the same thing. And then I'm actually getting dinner with my friend Annie, who has done a bit of photo assisting for me, like filming my videos when we do behind the scenes. I know her through my friend Sarah, and she also like lives in this area. We have a lot in common, and we've never actually like hung out besides doing photo stuff. So I'm really excited. We're gonna go to one of my favorite Italian restaurants in Capitol Hill. It's called Ristorante Machiavelli. It's on Pine and Melrose, so let's get the afternoon started. I just had my Chick-fil-A, and it was so good. While I was having my Chick-fil-A, I just did a bunch of planning for some photo shoots. So the cherry blossoms are upon us in Washington, and apparently they're supposed to peak next weekend, so April 1st and 2nd. So I have one cherry blossom shoot with a model on the 1st, and then Ryan is going to help me film that. This past weekend, Ryan filmed 2 videos for me, and I was really impressed. He did a great job. He has a really good eye. And then on the 2nd, we're going to do a couple photo shoot of 2 of his friends in the cherry blossoms as well. And then I'm hoping that later in the week, that week, I'll be able to do some photos like with a friend of each other. So I'm going to see where do I want to go to the park at. I'm kind of thinking Discovery Park.
Oh, I could go to Woodland Park. I haven't been there in a really long time. That's over by Green Lake. Yeah. Or I could go to, I don't know. An amazing thing about Seattle is that there are tons and tons of options to choose from with parks. You know what? Maybe I should do Bellevue Botanical Gardens, because then Mercer Island, I can just pop on over really quickly from there. So I think we're going to do Botanical Gardens. Okay, the trees are still pretty bare, but some are starting to bloom or bud a little bit. Like, look at these little guys. So you could see all of these trees are bare, but soon in the summer, having leaves on them. Daffodils are out, and then so are these little guys, which are called hellebores. As you can see, everything is like pruned back and stuff is starting to bud. The Bellevue Botanical Garden is massive. There's a bunch of different sections to it. My personal favorite is the woodland area and then the Japanese garden. So I definitely want to swing by there and see if any cherry blossoms are in bloom. And then I love the woodland section because it's just a ton of evergreen trees. And there's a really pretty bridge too that goes over there. Look at this. Starting to bud. More little buds. I'm so thankful to be able to do this at 2 p.m. on a Wednesday. I'm so grateful for this. I'm already feeling so much better. I have about 2 hours until Orange Theory class, and I'm feeling really good. More buds. You can see, I don't know what kind of tree this is. It looks like crab apples, or whatever they call it. Yeah, crab apples. The trees that kind of stink but are really pretty and look kind of like cherry blossoms. Oh my goodness. More little blooms. I love this color. It's like a buttery yellow. Japanese garden. The lake is almost all dried up, which is interesting. Oh, these guys are starting to bloom. I have a lot of these at my dad's house. They smell really good. Here's one that's fully in bloom. Pretty. A little rock. I don't know how well this camera is really capturing everything. I think my iPhone would do a better job, unfortunately. I don't know if it's time for a new one because I've had this for several years, and I think the technology for this is just, there's better out there, but you can get an idea. Rhododendron. I just love how this is super blue, both of these. Really pretty. Oh my goodness. This is really beautiful. This bed. Look at this. It's also pretty. Just the light right here is so gorgeous. I love this color green too. It's so juicy. Look at this. Here's the start. Massive. Wow. And this will have, in probably a month or so, it'll have flowers all on it. Another rhododendron, you can kind of see it's super bright. No cherry blossoms in the Japanese garden, but almost everything here is budding, which is just so awesome because it really means that warmer weather is ahead. We didn't have a super harsh winter. We only had like 1 or 2 storms, one really bad one in Seattle that maybe you saw on like Twitter and stuff of people sliding down the hill. It can be a lot worse here, and we just aren't, like the city, the roads, this whole Western Washington just isn't really built for extreme like cold and ice and everything. Eastern Washington is a bit different, but anyways, I think I'm just gonna sit here and do some emails and text for arranging photo shoots, but I'm really glad that I did this. Okay, so I didn't realize that it was 3 o'clock. For some reason, I thought it was still 2. Look at how bad traffic is. I'm in Bellevue right now, which is this part. Mercer Island is the island that's between Bellevue and Seattle. And this is where a lot of people will live in the suburbs. It's super common, like Renton, Kent, Des Moines, and then commute into the city. And you could just see how bad traffic already is at 3, and it will stay like this until about 7 p.m. So I almost feel like I should get going because I'm going to go from here to Mercer Island. And it's just going to be kind of hairy getting out of the city. Here's the thing with the traffic. If you live in the city, you will be fine with the traffic. It's just on those freeways going to and from the city where it's really bad. Oh, class is at 4:15, so I actually am totally fine to leave in like honestly an hour. It's 3 p.m. now. It's 2:58. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of the gardens, and then I'll probably check in once I'm about to head into Orange Theory class. Okay, I am heading back to my car, and it looks like I can just take this shortcut. Got a lot down on my phone, answered some voice memos, went over some stuff. I'm recording an episode with my friend Chrissy tomorrow for the Build and Bloom photography podcast. And then I was DMing with a friend who I want to also bring on the show to talk about like a senior photography and like senior rep programs and stuff. Isn't this so great? They also have a recycling bin available. I think that's so awesome. I'm back from Orange Theory, and I have 10 minutes to get ready and head out. One thing about Seattle that I love and I hate at the same time is how casual the city is, meaning you can literally wear your workout clothes to a nice restaurant. I mean, maybe not like a high-end restaurant that's gonna have a dress code, but you know what I mean. Like to this Italian place, it's a super casual restaurant, but in New York, like I would never, I just wouldn't feel, it would feel wrong to wear my workout clothes to dinner. Brunch, maybe it's a bit different, but I'm just gonna throw on my hoodie. Didn't get really sweaty during the workout, so I don't feel like it's gross. Just pop some deodorant on and then maybe perfume and you're good to go. You know, here we have such a big culture of being outdoors, hiking, working out. So I think that definitely bleeds into attire. I'm just gonna do a tiny bit of foundation and then my eyebrows. I am ready to go. Good morning. It is Thursday morning. I am about to hop onto a podcast recording. I'm having a guest come on. It's my friend Chrissy. So Chrissy is known for her film photography. She also does digital, and you probably would recognize her work with Brandy Melville. So she doesn't work for Brandy Melville anymore, but that's, I'm sure, what a lot of you guys would recognize her from. And we're going to be talking about working with brands. So I'm going to get onto the Zoom and do this podcast recording with Chrissy, and I'll check in after that. Dropped off the scooter and I'm 2 blocks away on accident. It's on 5th and I'm on 3rd. And I'm just feeling really antsy, and so I'm gonna do my workout early. Just finished Orange Theory workout and I'm feeling really good, and now I'm gonna go back home, take a shower, and get back to work. This above ground thing, that's part of the public transit system. It's called the monorail, and it has one stop. So it goes from Westlake Station, which is like the core of downtown. It used to actually be a mall. It's not so much anymore because so much of Seattle is empty, like storefronts. But Westlake Station, and then it takes you all the way down directly to Seattle Center. So that's where you have the Space Needle. I'm back home, make some dinner, and get back to work. Feeling really good after the Orange Theory class. I was feeling so anxious today and a bit depressed, and it was a great class. So I'm gonna get back to the computer. I am at my house and I've been working on the computer all day long. It's now 4 o'clock and I'm gonna take a 5:30 Orange Theory class so that I hit 3 days this week, which will be amazing. I've been working on YouTube videos and then planning out photo shoots and also photo shoots for my New York City clients. So I have 2, 4, 6. I have 6 spots left, 9 total. And if you're interested in booking a photo shoot in New York City, I will be there in June, the weekend of the 9th through the 11th. And it's interesting because this time around, all 3 golden hour spots are still available. So if you're interested, you can head to jessicawhitaker.co/book to schedule a session. Something really exciting though is I just published my first podcast episode of the Build and Bloom podcast season 2. So back in 2019 and then a little bit in 2020, I was doing the Build and Bloom podcast, but it was just a side project and I wasn't consistently pursuing it. And I kind of want to restructure the content on YouTube, and instead of doing a lot of sit down videos where I'm talking about like 6 things to have on your contact form or like 6 questions to ask a client before booking, things like that, I want to make those podcast format and then YouTube just taking advantage more of the visuals, right? So behind the scenes and stuff. But I have been recording all fall a lot of guest episodes in preparation for launching the podcast. So the first episode that went up today is with celebrity wedding photography Lucy Munoz. She is so kind. I met her at a conference in person and I didn't even realize like her status because she was so humble and so open and was just like talking with me about film photography, and she books a lot of destination weddings. So we did an episode together where she's teaching 7 ways to break into destination weddings, even if you do not have spectacular travel plans. So I'm waiting for it to go up on Spotify and Apple. It usually takes a little bit longer on Apple to propagate, but let's just see what's if it's on Spotify. Nope, it's not. Oh, yes. Okay, it just went up onto Spotify. And then let's see if it went on to Apple yet. That's the one that takes longer. Build and Bloom. Let's see. Yeah, no, not yet. Also, one thing that I'm doing is I'm making blog posts for all episodes and having like a transcription available. So it's just an AI transcription, so it's not perfect, but the whole episode is available if you would rather read it. And then on the blog post, it also has like all the links we talked about, key notes, everything like that. So that's something I'm doing differently this time with the podcast. Oh my goodness. Okay, this clip is really long. So I am going to get back to working and then head out to Orange Theory, and then I will check in once I am done with Orange Theory, I guess. It's Saturday morning and I am getting ready for a photo shoot. A little Aquaphor on the lips. I am so excited. It's at one of my favorite studios here in Seattle called Northlight. So I will link down below the listing, and then I also have like a $50 off coupon code on Peerspace. So I am all ready for the shoot with my gear, and that's already packed in my car, but I do need to get together the clothes, take a look at them, and grab some accessories. But before I do that, I'm going to do my hair and my makeup. So I'm going to do a blowout with my Dyson Airwrap. The 3 products that I use are this Good Behavior from IGK. This is like a blowout cream. And then I use this. This is a heat protectant. That's also a cream. And then the last thing is this R&Co detangler spray.
once I get to the studio, I'm gonna do my favorite Natasha Denona I Need a Rose lipstick combo. Until then, put on some Aquaphor. So now I'm going to go pick out my own outfit for the photo shoot. I always like to kind of coordinate as much as I can with the model. Put some on my tattoo that I'm removing. That's why I got the Aquaphor. Get all the accessories together, and then we'll be off. My car is all loaded up. I'm about to head out. Here is my outfit. So since it's a lot of like jewel tones, I went with this dress. It's old, from Anthropologie. And then I have these green earrings that probably won't even show up. And then my little necklace stack, which I love. These white buckle booties. You know what? I've worn this exact outfit in a previous YouTube tutorial, so I'm feeling really good. I'm gonna stop by Starbucks and grab a coffee and something additional to eat. My car's loaded up with snacks. Let's get on the road, and we're gonna be at the studio very soon. So while I wait for my Starbucks to be ready, I ordered ahead. I'm gonna text my model, Claire, and then my assistant, Annie, that I am like on my way to the shoot. I'm gonna be driving. So if you have any questions, call me, because I'm not gonna see my text since I'll be driving. This just is great for communication. I'm gonna put on a podcast and then see you at the studio. We're at the studio now, and we are setting up for the photo shoot. I'm with Annie over here. She's steaming the garments, and actually we just have two to steam, which is nice because the others are all like sequin. We have the V-flats we're about to set up, and then I am just prepping all of the gear and like laying out the accessories. Claire will be here in about like 30-40 minutes. I'm gonna continue setting up. It's kind of funny to like be in the studio when it's so nice outside. I know. You know what I mean? Oh, this is gonna be bright. This is like I need sunglasses. No way. It is so bright. Okay, so the studio is all set up. Claire will be here in about like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna show you what we have done, and then again, this studio will be linked down in the description box below. Okay, so when you first walk in, you will be greeted by Annie. We have all these really beautiful like sunset jewel tones, lots of different textures going on here with this incredible iridescent crocheted sequin. Then we have this sequined dress with the halter neck, and then sequin fringe. We have this fluffy
feather top. And Claire is bringing some white trousers for this. I usually will ask models to like bring a pair of pants or something if it goes, just so that then we know it fits rather than like guessing online. And then we have this green gown, and then the sunset dress, the cowl neck. I'll link all these items below, but you guys, like, they're not good quality. It's nothing I would like shop for. Like, this is literally so overpriced, and like, look how thin it is. It's really bad. It's so bad, but it works for a photo shoot. But I don't think that you guys are gonna want to like, this is not swipe up to shop worthy. So over here we have super long table that like I set up all my stuff, and then what's cool is you can also they have C-stands, which are these things back here that you can put seamless paper on. And then this is just my phone tripod. Like I said, here's what it looks like fully extended for time lapses. Here's the camera that we are using for video. So today and for the past couple of shoots, we've actually used a 24-70 2.8. This is borrowed from KEH, so it's used, and it's in like perfect condition. But because it's pre-loved, you can get lens. Oh, it's a little bit, I still need to dust it, I guess. I thought I had, well, I already had dusted, but I guess I need to do a bit more. But you can get these kind of lenses. You can get gently used lenses for hundreds of dollars off. So I'll have KEH link below if you're interested. And then we have my Mark IV, and then this Rode wireless mic, and the other end is clipped to me. So I'll have all of this linked down below. Manfrotto tripod here, and then here as well. This is a newer version of it that I got a few years ago, and then this one I've had since I was like in high school. And then this is just for the vlog camera for time lapse. And then we have the two lenses I'll be shooting with today. So we have an 85 1.2. This is also borrowed from KEH. I'll have this linked down below, and then a 50 1.2 as well, on a Canon 5D Mark IV. This is actually also borrowed from KEH. Have all of the little fashion tape, clips, safety pins in here. I don't think we're gonna use the headbands, but I brought them anyway. And then here's the earrings all laid out, and then some gloves. So we have tulle gloves in 2 different shades of pink, and then these silk gloves that I haven't shot with yet that are really cute too. These tulle gloves, I'm really impressed with the quality. I'll have them linked down below. I'll have all of like my favorite accessories for styling down below, but these are a great option, and they're not scratchy, and they have lots of different colors. So I love these. And then, like I said, we have the suitcase here, and then we have 2 V-flats here. So you can see that on the other side, it is white. So this is an amazing giant reflector, and Northlight Studio provides these for rental. So it's gonna bounce all of this light back onto the subject. This little cube for having the model sit on, and then we also have a couple other chair options, and then there's more throughout the studio too. My favorite though is the texture of this wooden stool. So we'll use that, it adds a lot of warmth to the photo. And yeah, and then in here is more stuff. They have an Alexa, Wi-Fi. So if you're in Seattle, I pay all the time for this space. I've never done like sponsored, this isn't sponsored, but I love this space. I really recommend it, and there's a reason why I keep coming back to it. And also what I like is they're super fast with responding for like any questions. So when we came in, the V-flats are now like stored in a different place just because they get quite like beaten up. And then the hangers as well. So we're like, hey, do you guys have any hangers? And then like immediately saw the message on Instagram DM and responded. So yeah, they're super helpful. I really recommend it. I'll have Northlight linked down below, as well as like my whole Pure Space list of some of the studio spaces in Western Washington, specifically Seattle area, that have caught my eye. And then I'll also have, I have like a $50 off code that anybody can get when you have an account, but I'll drop that below. So we're all set up and ready to go. It's gonna be such a good shoot. This is my pop-up reflector. I love this thing. I have it linked in Amazon storefront. Woo! It can be silver, and then the reverse is gold, or you can take off this cover completely and do just like this opaque.
This would be better for like blocking the shade if you want even lighting or something, but I really like this thing. I always keep it in my car, and it's a really low price point. I think there's even as low as like $20 on Amazon. So if you're somebody who kind of forgets to bring your reflector and it's just in your closet, maybe pop it in your car and then you'll use it more often. So we might not even need this, but just to fill in like any shadows, but it's so bright here today that I think we're gonna be fine, especially since we have these big V flats as well. Claire has now joined us. Claire, tell us about yourself.
I'm Claire from Texas. I've been modeling here for 6.5 years, and I just got back from New York Fashion Week.
And she might be back very soon, so she will be back very soon, yes.
We're planning on it, yes, I hope so.
So this is the first look that we're gonna shoot. So we have these really cute leather pants, and then, yes, with a very cute detailing in the back, and then the feathers. So cute. So very beautiful, and we are going to get started. Tiny bit for this. Okay, let me show you how the light is looking. I don't know how to get rid of that red thing. Sorry. Okay, so you can see how it's like you're so stuck. So maybe you rotate your face either like not like to the side, but like dramatic, so then it really hits like your cheekbones. Okay. So gorgeous.
Like this?
Yes. Either way works, just as long as it's dramatic. Okay. If you feel like you need to go to the chiropractor later, that means you got it. Beautiful. Oh yes, perfect. Stunning. Oh my gosh, love. That was everything. Gorgeous. You were so stunning. So you can see how the shadow on the face, so maybe keep your face nice and high. Yeah, beautiful.
I like Greek goddess.
Yes. Oh, definitely. Even with the twist, it looks like one of those togas that like are twisted. Yeah.
It's giving goddess vibes.
Beautiful.
I love it.
Oh my goodness. Stunning. I'm just gonna pop back here, sorry. Beautiful. I mean, I just can't help but show you how beautiful you are. This is light.
Oh, that's stunning.
Oh my goodness. I can't. We have, this is our third look, I think, and it's so beautiful. Oh my goodness, so gorgeous. Okay, and when you guys, Claire, turn around so they can see, she did what she needed to do, so beautiful. Oh my goodness. Yee. Love. Yes. I can't. Like, I cannot. Oh my goodness. Oh, there we go.
Oh my god.
You are so stunning. I can't. You're so beautiful. And so talented. Like, it's one thing to be beautiful, and then another thing to be, like, able to work it. You know what I mean? Like, she milked every last drop. Oh my gosh. Gorgeous.
Stop. You killed it on the styling here. Like, this is everything.
Thank you. Okay, yeah, beautiful. Oh no, like, dude, I can't right now. Oh, ah! Like, literally couldn't handle it.
Could not handle.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, you guys, the final look, I can't. The way she's serving our country right now. The back? Are you serious right now? Oh, I can't. I actually, you guys, like, I have to lay down. Like, I can't. Oh my gosh. Okay. The photo shoot on Saturday was so much fun. It was so refreshing to just be creative. I haven't done a shoot like that in the studio in a while. And while I'm still able to be creative, like out on the streets and everything, it's just something about being in a more controlled environment where you have so many less external factors to worry about, so you can really just focus in and have so much fun. And I'm so grateful that this is a part of my job, is doing photo shoots for YouTube. I'm feeling so blessed. So I'm going to end off the vlog here so we can start a new one next week. Be sure to subscribe for weekly vlogs as well as weekly photography videos for your business. You can also follow me over on Instagram at Jessica Whitaker. That's where I share daily tips and tools to grow your photography business. The Build and Bloom podcast is now out on your favorite podcast platform, and that episode with Lucy Munoz on how to book destination weddings is up on the Build and Bloom Photography podcast. Again, I'll be coming to New York City June 9th through 11th, which is a weekend. And if you're interested in booking a session, you can head to jessicawhitaker.co/book. Thank you so much for watching another vlog, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.